In this video, I'm going to show you 10 things that an elegant and classy person would never do. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the Etiquette and Protocol channel. I'm Juliana, etiquette teacher and consultant at the Institute of Etiquette and Protocol. And today we're going to talk a little more about things that classy people would never do, people who are truly extremely elegant would never do. The first point is disrespecting another person. A classy person, an elegant person would never do that, and I mean disrespect in every sense. Whether it's during a conversation, she's not someone who keeps interrupting others all the time. She is someone who has empathy. She can see the other person's side. She can understand the other person's perspective. She also puts herself in other people's shoes. So she's someone who doesn't cut in line, who doesn't take a place that isn't hers. For example, she doesn't get in a priority line if she isn't actually on the list of people who have priority. She's someone who can talk to professionals in any environment she's in, whether it's the building doorman, a waiter at a restaurant, at a reception desk, when she's going to be seen by a doctor. She's someone who naturally knows how to express herself well and can maintain respect in any environment she's in. In general, and I could spend hours and hours giving examples just on this topic, but I think you already get the idea. Another thing that a classy person never does is spread rumors or gossip, especially about things that didn't even happen. So if you have the habit of gossiping about other people's lives, talking about things that you're not even sure really happened, be very careful because this can create a negative image of who you are. Another point is acting with arrogance. A classy person will never act arrogantly toward others or behave in a way that makes her seem superior. A classy person knows how to deal with everyone. She knows how to talk to everyone. And she doesn't put herself on a pedestal at the top as if she's the smartest person, the most professional, the most sought after, or the most beautiful. So it's very important, if you have the habit of talking a lot like this in the first person, be very careful. Another point is also being an inflexible person or closed off to new ideas. A person with class. No matter how much she has her own opinion, she is never closed off to new ideas, to new thoughts. Nowadays, we live in a society that changes every day with new things for us to learn. And it's important that even if we're already in a more mature phase of our lives, we're willing and interested in listening to other people, to younger people. And this applies to all ages. It's very important that you're open to new ideas, at least to listening. You may not agree, but it's essential that you have maturity and, above all, emotional maturity to listen to people who think differently from you. Another point is also the issue of punctuality. Elegant and classy people never arrive very late anywhere. If it's a professional situation, they always arrive on time. And if it's a social situation, they'll arrive up to 30 minutes after the scheduled time. It's essential for you to respect the invitations you receive. Pay attention to people and respect others. It happens in small actions, and if you go to a party and arrive a long time after it started, people might think you're not interested, that you don't want to participate, that you don't want to be there in that situation. So it's important for you to pay attention to the time of the events you're invited to. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like this video too, because it really helps it reach more people. And leave a comment below about what you think a classy and elegant person would never do. I really want to know your opinion. Another important point we should emphasize is that elegant and classy people don't behave in a vulgar way, They are not people who use low-level words. They don't swear. They also pay attention to the use of slang and even hand gestures. So if you have the habit of gesturing a lot with your hands and making negative gestures, which are things that aren't nice, you get what I mean, right? It's important to avoid that. Another thing that elegant and classy people never do is judge someone without reason. A classy person doesn't do that. She will never stand there pointing fingers at someone else without really understanding what happened, or in a situation where there are two sides to look at. So we have to be very careful when judging other people's actions. If you have the habit of always pointing fingers at others, be very careful. Try to interpret the situation more, understand more about what is happening, what might have happened. Also, before someone makes certain comments or negative observations about a situation, they should really think, because it can even harm you and damage your image. Another thing is that a classy and elegant person doesn't like to waste time on trivialities. So she is someone who manages her time very well. She manages to be a productive person. She doesn't waste time on useless things. And in fact, she understands that continuous learning is something that can make a difference in her life. And if you also believe that continuous learning can make a difference, how about joining my Etiquette and Good Manners training? The link is right below in case you haven't joined my training yet, which tells you everything you need to know to truly become an elegant person. Whether it's at parties, events, restaurants, at the table, or even on the internet, take part in this training, which has already been attended by thousands of people. If you're not a student at our school, use the coupon YouTube on your first purchase and get a special discount. I'm waiting for you. Another thing that people without class don't do is being grateful, A person who truly has class expresses gratitude. She reinforces it, right? For example, if she had someone's help to accomplish a project at work or even a social project, she mentions it. Look, I didn't do this alone. I had help from other people. She understands the power and greatness of being grateful to other people. She's that kind of person who doesn't like to have all the spotlight on her because she knows that nothing is ever possible alone. So it's important for you to have this feeling of gratitude. And of course, an elegant person, a classy person, she never loses her composure in a challenging situation. I know it's very hard for us to maintain this emotional control most of the time, especially in difficult situations. Situations we're put in, points of view we don't agree with, things that people might do to us that we don't approve of. And it really is very complicated. It's very delicate for us to stay stable in every situation. And that's why I've already made a video here on the channel. And I'll leave it here on the side talking about what to do in challenging situations. I'll leave it here for you to watch. After that, I'll say goodbye, thank you, and see you in the next video.